Really good to have you back with us, Edward. This announcement has surprised many in the travel industry. Some even doubt whether or not tourism will in fact reopen by December. Why do you think Pyongyang has decided to reopen its doors to tourists now?
I think on the part of North Korea, it's quite clear that the regime needs cash. We know one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why it's been engaging in security cooperation with Russia is not just for technology, but also for cash, for money. And I think, interestingly, it's not surprising that if North Korea does open to foreign tourists, actually, it will firstly try and target tourists from Russia and China. Already earlier this year, North Korea has opened to, or in part, to Russian tourists, ski holidays in that respect. So I think we're seeing North Korea want and need the money, but also it's going to be quite selective in terms of who it lets in. We know that ever since 2017, US tourists, for instance, are banned from entering into North Korea.
Yes, that's right, because prior to the pandemic, tourism more broadly was quite restricted. We know that particularly those coming from Western countries would have to be escorted in special tour groups with a guide. The annual marathon that was once held there attracted many from such parts of the world. Do you believe that North Korea has any interest in easing any of those restrictions?
I think we will have to wait and see, as these announcements that we've seen from the tour operators, that Pyongyang might open certain areas such as Samjiyon, which Kim Jong-un said earlier in the year was primed to be a big new tourist resort development. I think we'll have to wait and see as to how North Korea decides to do so. I mean, it seems unlikely that it will open up lots of areas at once. It's actually taken a very long time for Pyongyang even just to open its borders, which it closed so drastically in January 2020 owing to COVID.
Okay, Edward Howell, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts with us here on TRT World.